Hi, it's Grace, and today is, I was trying to figure it out, a day on from yesterday. 12 days since we lost Luna, and yesterday, I don't even know how long it's going to be between putting these out. I really hope it's helpful and healing for me, but at the moment it just hurts. And I just want to talk. My partner's at work, and we'll talk when he gets home, but I don't want to talk to anyone about it. I don't expect anyone to understand. I know a lot of people do, but I just don't 100% know that people, that aren't very, very, very close to me know what's going on. So when I'm in pieces at work and I don't know who sort of knows what, obviously one of my beautiful co-workers knows that we lost our baby, and she today gave me like a tiny wee little grey kitty and an orange one too. It's cute. I'll show you the grey one on its own. I also took a photo of it in with all my kitties in my dollhouse, so it's really cute. I don't know where that's going to live permanently, but it looked cute with all the other kitties. Today we are still coping with grief, obviously. But Luna came home. And this is nothing on people, they're wonderful and they're lovely and everything has been fabulous. But there was just a bit of, not coldness in them, just sort of presentation. Like, I know it seems super weird, and of all the things you shouldn't be wasting money and paper and stuff on, I'm usually against, not against, but wrap something in newspaper. My partner always used to wrap stuff in plastic bags when they were a thing, because he's like, wrapping, and I was always like, oh, that's weird. But the older I get, the more I understand that there are times and places that it's appropriate, and a brown paper bag with a label and her in it, and we asked for what she came in, that is not the problem. And a folded up certificate that's all signed and witnessed and everything, that it's official document that's Luna. Again, I think it was yesterday I was saying that I didn't know that was a thing. It is. So apparently you need to check that it's only your baby coming home. It's a thing. Go have a look. But I think that it could have used something like they often use Rainbow Bridge. And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too hard into this, but it's a really hard day in your life. And again, they have been wonderful, but maybe there needs to be a bit of tissue paper with a Rainbow Bridge, or I have no idea. People have allergies and stuff, so you can't maybe give them things that are edible, but I'm not sure. Pressed flour in some wax paper as a bookmark or something, and a bit of tissue paper, just something else. It was just, I don't know, in a weird way. And again, no one's fault, but sort of mine, it just made it feel emptier. And opposite to that, I also really like having her home. It brings me a weird sense of comfort, and I really didn't think that I would like having her back, and as a constant reminder that she's lost, but she's not. She's home, and I don't know, it hurts, but it's right, and it feels like home again. When we built this house, which main thing, didn't think we would ever do it. If we're ever having problems deciding on colours or stuff, we'd be like, what would Luna like? And we'd match up paint and stuff to her, being like, okay, yep, if we're having problems, does it match Luna? Yep, it's awesome. So we pretty much built this house for our family, and that's a really big loss too. she used this house for so much more than we did. Even when all of us were home, like, she would use far more rooms in a day than we did. And we built it for our family, and our family's broken. And we don't really know what to do with ourselves. That's the reason I'm filming. Because reading helps my brain in some stupid way, just taking in information. I think it's just, you know, overriding the other stuff in there. It's helpful, I think. It depends what you're doing, but I don't think this is terribly harmful. Looking up stages of grief and seeing if anything resonates. So the one of today was 12 stages, and number 9, intense emotions, yeah, but 10 was grief causes a lack of direction and purpose. You may find that normal activities are impossible to accomplish. Daydreaming may become your favourite pastime. You can find yourself thinking about the past and the future that will never be. Practice being grateful for your memories and understand that they are treasured and valued part of your story. At the same time, you will find comfort in discovering a renewed purpose for your future. So we haven't got to the last part, but we are trying to find ways to fill a very big window-shaped hole at the moment. So we are trying to talk about her and show each other pictures all the time. My partner's gone through all of the pictures he's ever taken of her as part of his process and kind of archived them. And he was talking about making a photo book, which is beautiful, but I have so many hours of footage, and I know that that's not part of the photos. I should concentrate on that first, but oh my goodness. There's so many hours of video that I am going to just make, and I might put it here, but I'm going to make it for us because it hurts, but she was so beautiful and we loved her so much. We still love her so much that that's how we want to heal or try and, again, fill the void. So I'm just aimlessly scrolling my phone because that's what my thumb does when it's near the phone. It was just saying grief can cause guilt. I think we went across that yesterday. What was the next thing? It will take time and resolution, but eventually you will see improvement. Your life will take new meaning. You will establish new relationships and treasure old relationships. Memories will bring comfort and not sorrow. For encouragement, remember examples of others' grief and how they survived. Which, like, only part of that I sort of relate to, like the first half. So, maybe not even half, the first bit. Because we spent so much time together. They really, like, we're still trying to spend time together, but it hurts because there's something missing. So, I've been trying to, find Luna's bloodline. I think I talked about it, and in some weird way that's brought me comfort knowing that her, not descendants, I don't think she ever had babies, but she has relatives, she has her bloodline living on. I have found so many pictures that just look so much like her, and once you've looked at like literally thousands of pictures of kitties, you can kind of like, you can see where the ears are and the eyes and the nose and how the whiskers sit and their cheeks and just, oh my goodness. Maybe, I don't know, when I feel up to it again, maybe in a couple of days, I'm going to concentrate on arts and crafts. I'm going to make a video on where I think her bloodline like is and came from and is still around. And it's amazing. Like, they just, I showed a picture to my partner and he was so shocked. He was like, if I didn't know that wasn't Luna. And I said, that's exactly how I felt when I found it. So I know that like she lives. And that little bit of hope, along with maybe one day we may try, and we've never had a kitten. I grew up with a blue Burmese. He lived to be 24, so that was a great loss. And after that was just a really bad time in my life, and subsequently my partner's life. So Luna came into our lives. People were helping to bring home kitties, and there were 2 kitties, and they came as a pair. And these beautiful people saw my sorrow and found these babies, and they didn't know if they wanted to separate them. But we tried, and they saw each other a couple of weeks later, and Luna had made herself just so at home that she hissed until she threw up, which is still one of my favourite stories. Like, apparently they lived together, they were 6, so they'd lived together a long time. And Luna must have been like, hell no. I'm not sharing nothing with nobody, and this is my place. Get out. So that we knew that, like, sort of confirmed we didn't know how she was settling in. She, like, came strutting in, and she seemed very confident, like, for a newly rehomed kitty, and that was beautiful. But that was, like, just confirmation. Like, no, love it here. Fuck you. And at that moment in my life, I didn't know if I could accept her. I always treated her like the queen she was, but I didn't have the love there for a while. Oh, I love her, she's awesome, but, like, you know, the connection that they come to you, or you know, have a bond, you're spending time together, you figure out what each other likes and stuff. It didn't take too long, but it took a minute, and it's just wonderful and beautiful, and I didn't know if I could, you know, love a kitty again like that. And absolutely. So in the hope part, there is hopefully one day we can have someone, however distantly related to her, because she was so beautiful and her personality was amazing, and I'm absolutely sure that anyone that she shares any kind of blood with would just be the most beautiful kitty. Who am I kidding? All kitties are awesome. I don't know, there's just something in that thought that brings me a little bit of hope that in sort of a different way, she will, a tiny bit of her will come back, and we will hopefully get to meet and experience a new tiny life. And I've always worried about breeders and actually, you know, all that stuff, but the more I read, and we will be so picky, and it will be so distant in the freaking future if we can bring ourselves to do it, that it's like just the tiniest, like, not even a pinpoint, like a hair of hope. And that's a little bit comforting, and I kind of needed that. So my brain's weird for looking up all this stuff, but I'm so sure that when the time comes, that everything will be beautiful and wonderful, and we will absolutely have a different colour. But I'm not really that picky. I think that they're all pretty cute, but most of these places, like, have preferences for colours, so I don't know if you can pick more than one. And you also have to tell them all about your life with your kitty, so I don't think they're going to have a problem with that. It'll take in like 2 terabyte hard drives. No, how big are the hard drives? Look, it all fits, but we'll be like, you know, here's a terabyte hard drive, it's full, have a look. And absolutely plenty more to come. And this is kind of comforting too, just being able to talk and not have a conversation. I just want to talk and not worry about, like, hurting anyone's feelings. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but if you're watching this, you probably have a reason as well. So I just want other people to know that they're not alone. If you are this attached to your animal of any description, don't let anyone tell you that it's not valid. It's a beautiful relationship, and people like that just don't understand, and there's no point trying. Hopefully one day they will have a bond with an animal that is so special and beautiful that they will understand, because that is honestly better than anything bad anyone can happen. Being able to have a relationship with an animal, as, like, not a person, but a being with likes and dislikes and stuff like us. Like, they're not that different. I don't lick my butthole. I don't think I would, even if I could. I'm pretty sure that'd be weird. But, like, apart from that, cat life seems fun. Like, that's not a bad time at all. The 18 hours of sleep a day, the getting weighted on hand and foot, it seems like an awesome time. I know not all kitties are that fortunate, and if we are ever manage to save up money for a kitten, because it's expensive, and again, breeders, we would really like to donate some money as well to a shelter. Can't guarantee it'll be equal value to what we are starting a life with a new being, but hopefully one day we can help other animals too. I don't know if I would be emotionally ready to do that permanently, but giving money to a local charity, so we know it's benefiting kitties near us, and I think that would be good. Anyway, so we're using distraction today, and we're building this shelf because it's fun, and I can't open it. Alright, you guys. Alright, you get the general idea. I'm going to start painting right now with something to do. I really want to do something, and I have no idea what. And then tomorrow's thing, I think I might, like, I was going to start painting these, and I might with like the, I think I might use the tiny paints to do general colours, but then I have a whole bunch of gel polish that I think I am going to use to make that pretty, because painting is not my jam yet. We'll get there. But nail polish, I'm much more familiar with that, and that seems like a fun time. So I might do that later, might film some, might tell you about it tomorrow. See how I'm feeling? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.